Amnesty International, a UK-based human rights group, says that the security forces have used excessive force against protesters during 30 protests that took place in Sri Lanka between March 2022 and June 2023, and that the government has failed to investigate these abusers. The report says that it conducted 39 qualitative interviews and an open-source investigation into 95 verified videos of these 30 protests gathered on social media. The report adds that there is a pattern in the unlawful use of tear gas and water cannon and the misuse of batons by Sri Lankan law enforcement authorities, with video evidence revealing that in more than half of the protests analysed, law enforcement fell well short of abiding by international law and standards. Amnesty says that such an approach to policing public assemblies that do not comply with international standards restricts the right to freedom of peaceful assembly in Sri Lanka. The report also points out that Sri Lankan law enforcement did not take measures to prevent third parties from causing violence to peaceful protesters during the time under review through this report. It provides recommendations to the Sri Lankan law enforcement authorities, the Attorney General and the National Police Commission. It adds that it is recommended to fully implement the Torture Act No. 22 of 1994 and provide a publicly accessible breakdown of complaints related to the unlawful use of weapons during protests. The Amnesty International report also provides recommendations to the international community, urging them to press the Sri Lankan authorities to protect and facilitate the right to freedom of peaceful assembly. The international community is further advised to review their cooperation with the Sri Lankan government, including the provision of training and law enforcement equipment, until there is a thorough investigation of officers responsible for unlawful use of force and the establishment of appropriate accountability mechanisms.